Somebody collecting a basket of employee, and then he shot a 4-year-old and the grandpa. That's sad.
Yeah. It's for no reason.
They arrested him holding a Bible and being naked after crashing into cars and stolen cars and stuff.
The guy from Austin?
Yeah.
Does that sound right to you? Drugs, is that crazy, huh? Okay, so shalom everybody. We are getting ready to get started. I'm just going to start with a real quick prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we just ask for you to forgive us of our sins and the sins of our ancestors, Father. And we ask for you to show us your way, your truth, your life, Father. We know that you are the light of the world, Father. And it's because of you that we live, move, and have our being, Father. We just ask for you to encamp angels round about us to protect us and keep us and our children and our loved ones, Father. We pray for those that were part of the massacres around the world, Father, because there's a lot of stuff going on, Father. And just keep your people in your way, Father, under your hedge of protection, under your shield and your buckler, Father. We just thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for our families, our loved ones, our tribes, Father. And thank you for your mercy, which endures forever, Father. We thank you for never leaving us nor forsaking us, Father. In Yahushua's name we pray. Amen. Okay, so today's lesson is titled "The Manna Ceased," right? Subtitle Gilgal. We went back to the Redeeming the Bloodline series because it's just imperative that we make sure that everything when it comes to our tribes are in lockstep with the things that are coming up on this world, which we'll get into later. I'm not really going to do a recap, but we know a fundamental scripture in this was Leviticus 26, verses 39 through 42 and 44 through 46. It's imperative that y'all go over and meditate on those things to really search out the Most High. So as we get into the lesson, there's a question that we have to ask. Is belief in Yahuwah enough, or is it about something else? Is belief in Yahuwah enough, or is there more to it?
There's more to it.
What's the more to it?
You have to love his son and follow his commandments and statutes he given to us.
Right. It's way more than that, right? Because in this reality of the beast that we live in, they teach you it's about faith alone, grace alone, and anything. It's just like they forget about James. And so we're going to go to James 2 really quick. And we're going to read verses 17 through 22. Even so, faith, if it has not works, is dead being alone. So how can you have a faith alone, grace alone, denomination, doctrine, philosophy, when there's scriptures like this in the text? How? How's that possible? Because people don't read and people be worshiping man.
Yeah.
Worship the creator, not the created thing. Because again, people live their whole life by faith. Don't have no work. Yeah, I believe in God and I believe in his son. And don't have nothing in their life else to show for it. Just their words, right? That's the age that we live in. Words. Pretty words that have no weight behind them. Then he says, yea, a man say, you have faith and I have works. Show me your faith without your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. So I will show you the proof of my faith while you just show me your words that have nothing on it. No substance, right? And I understand that faith is the substance of things hoped for. But eventually that faith has got to show substance. There has to be some type of growth, some type of moving forward, right? So then he says, you believe that there is a creator or the Most High, a God, a El, Elohim. You do well. The devil also believe and trembles. So even the quote unquote fallen angels and devils, right? Even though they know that there's a creator, all these other people that worship these different gods, they know that there's a creator being. That's not enough. Your faith has got to show your works. It's more than just faith. It's more than just, I believe. I believe, I believe, I believe. That belief is like the first stepping stone, right? But you got to keep going to the next step. What are you going to say?
Does it sound like this song? I believe. I believe.
Right. Just like that song, I believe. You're right. So then he says, but will you know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead. So why do people be living a life full of that? No fruits that are meet for repentance, nothing to show for anything. But because they go to church 2-3 times a year, they believe. Now, do we think that the Most High is going to judge them behind that? He judges every man 100%. Because that goes back to what? The talents that Mashiach gave from, what was that, Luke 19 was talking about on Shabbat. He gave every man a manner of, he gave each of them a talent. What's that word? Talent went to business or work that they have to fulfill. Right? And if you don't do it, you have no works to go with your faith. Right? Because then he says, that faith without works is dead. Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? Even Abraham had to do something. But then he says, see you now how faith wrought with his works. So see you how faith with works and by works was faith made perfect. So the Most High, he tells us, be you holy or perfect as I am holy or perfect, right? So the Most High right now, he's about trying to get us to get to the point of perfection. So we should be beacons of light to everybody that comes around us, right? Like a lot of times, like I go to places and people just be going out of the way to help me. I'm like, I ain't even done nothing. I ain't said nothing. And I'm just like, okay, well, I know that I'm doing something right. I know that the Father is with me, right? And the thing about the Father being with you, you just be getting help when you don't even know you need help. Somebody tell you, hey, if you don't get this fixed, this is going to be a major ordeal in your car. Sometimes that'll happen to me. I'm just like, man, that's a good look. A real quick fix and save me like $2,000. You know. But again, when you live in this fairy tale with faith without works, it's never been like that. What if Noah would have been like that? Oh no, there's a flood coming, but I believe that the Most High is going to deliver me and my 7 kindred and all of the clean and unclean animals. I believe I'm just going to create a ship in my mind and we're going to survive.
He told me to build a boat and I.
Yeah, but I built it in my mind though.
I'm still waiting for him to do that.
Yeah, I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to have no substance, no nothing, no action behind anything, right? That's the mindset of a lot of people today, and that's just false. So we're going to go back to Joshua 5. And the thing is, so when you're putting works with your faith, you're actually showing that you are in covenant with the Most High. Because he gives you law, statutes, and commandments to follow. He tells you to follow his Mashiach. If you're not willing to do those things, then you're not in covenant with the Most High. Because it's more than just believing in the Most High. So back to Joshua 5. Verse 2. Verse 1. And it came to pass, when all the kings of the Amorites, which were on this side of Jordan, westward, and all the kings of the Canaanites, which were by the sea, heard that Yahuwah had dried up the waters of Jordan from before the children of Israel until we were passed over, that their heart melted, neither was their spirit in them anymore because of the children of Israel. So the Most High let the fame and the fear and the dread of them go before the other nations, right? But then he says that he allowed the waters to be dried up until they had passed over. So I was like, what does it mean to pass over? Is it the word Pesach, which is the traditional word for it? Or was it a different word? And when I end up finding out that this word is a bar, it's a literal bar, as they say in rap, right? I'm saying that because the word is a bar.
Oh, wow.
It means to pass over, right? And it says pass over, pass through, yada, yada, yada. But when you start looking at the other definitions, it also says to pass away or to impregnate. Because you got to remember, Moses was such a holy person, right, that he was able to deliver the children of Israel out of Mizraim, but he wasn't holy enough to get into the land. He wasn't without spot and without blemish when it came to his anger. He let the people anger him so much that he couldn't even walk into the kingdom. Keep your emotions in check. Because in order to get into the land, you got to have a bar happen. So that means that Moses has to die, or that old man in you has to die, and a new one has to come forth so you can pass over. Because again, after everything Moses did, he still wasn't allowed to get into the kingdom. That was given to somebody who honestly was more righteous than him in that stead, right? So back to Joshua, verse 2. At that time, Yahuwah said unto Yahusha, make you sharp knives and circumcise again the children of Israel the second time. Now, why is it a second time they're going through a circumcision? Because is that in the law? No. So we're going to go to Genesis 17. It doesn't say you get circumcised the second time. And there's a reason why they kind of put this in here when you're reading the text. So Genesis 17. And June, if you don't mind, would you read this slide?
And when Abram was 90 years old and 9, Yahuwah appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the Almighty Elohim. Walk before me and be thou perfect.
So at almost a century, the Most High said, be you perfect. Remember, that goes back to how faith with works, works with the faith. Faith is what makes your faith perfect, right? So the Most High is telling Abram, hey, you need to be perfect, because that's what I am. Perfect me being complete, right? And following me in obedience and sacrifice to me, right? Keep going.
And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly.
Right? So the Most High said he's going to make his covenant with Abram and everyone in the world. Really? So why does the world believe that? Because we were reading in the New Testament where it says that Abraham is the father of the faith. When you go back to the faith of Abraham and you read about it, it says between me and you. So there's some confusion going on, right? Keep going.
And Abram fell on his face, and Elohim talked with him, saying, As for me.
Oh, hold on. He fell on his face. What was that? The Hebrew word for worship?
Worship.
Shakad. So he shakad to the Most High, right? Yeah. Submitted to the Most High, right? Keep going. Good.
As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations.
Right. Keep going.
Neither shall thy name any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham, for a father of many nations have I made thee.
So he's the father of the faith, the father of many nations, right? Like we understand these things, right?
Abraham, father of a nation, Abraham, father of many nations.
Mm-hmm. Right. And the Most High revealed himself to him at 99 years old. Once he had fully gotten like all of that ancestry worship of his ancestors and families and all the polytheism, once he got away from fully out of all of that, right? He had to leave his own country, his own people, his own folk. Own folks them, as you say. Had to leave them all, right? Keep going.
Pops worship 12 different gods?
Oh yeah, he made them and worshipped them. Yeah.
Like 100 different gods.
Back in they make a god out of anything.
Yeah. Pop shared he had this specific many gods he worshipped.
Mm-hmm.
And I will make thee exceeding fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee.
That's powerful.
And I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed.
And the world.
Me and thee and thy seed after thee in their generation.
For a temporary covenant.
in their generations for an everlasting covenant.
So what does everlasting mean?
Forever.
Forever.
So it's that thing. It's not going to change. It's not going to end.
It can't stop.
You cannot replace the people. Other people can always come in, but you cannot replace the people. That's fundamental to this walk, to this faith, to the word of the Most High. Unless you're calling him a liar. Keep going.
To be a Elohim unto thee and to thy seed after thee.
That's crazy.
And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their Elohim.
So not only is he going to be our God, then the land of Canaan is supposed to be our possession, right? And we know right now there's this big hoopla about the land over there, people that aren't us, claiming to be us, kicking everyone else out that's actually of Shem. Some of them are us, right? There's this whole controversy going on right now. And we just getting back to basics right now. That's all we're doing. Keep going.
9?
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. And Elohim said unto Abraham, Thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore, thou and thy seed after thee in their generations.
So Abraham and then all of the world are to keep this thing forever.
No, only his family and his seed.
Abraham and his
Now,
seed.
why would the Most High say that? Because we know,
Specific to his family, his seed.
right? But we know that there's scriptures that talk about that we were supposed to be a priest, a nation of kings and priests to the world. That's why this covenant was severed for us, to separate us so we can be in our right function, so that we can be the healing herbs to the nations, right? The lights of the world, right? Keep going.
This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised.
Shall be circumcised the second time.
No, every man shall get circumcised the first
I'm about to say, we just read in Joshua 5 where he said that you're going to circumcise them a second time.
Make you too sharp.
You see, I'm just trying to show y'all that it's not in the law that way. So that was put in there for a reason, right? Okay. So we're going to keep going. So again, but this is all about being covenant, and the covenant of circumcision is with you, right? And it's a man's covenant. So technically, you know, the man child is supposed to be, it says, circumcised on the 8th day, right?
Yes.
Keep going. I'll let you finish up. Keep going. And 8 represents what?
Say what?
The number 8 represents?
The number 8 represents
A divine completion.
that's 9. 9 is divine completion. 7 is the number. It is
7
completion.
is completion.
8 is, I don't know what it is.
8 represents a new beginning.
A new beginning.
Right.
Man.
Right? It's a new
A
beginning.
restart.
Yeah, it's like a restart, right?
Yeah. I couldn't remember that.
Right? Okay, keep going.
Yeah, we got it.
I got it. And ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant between me and you.
So the first circumcision, right, is the bond, if you will, of the covenant between us and the Most High.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every man child in your generations. He that is born in the house or bought with money of a stranger, which is not of thy seed.
Right? So every man then, so we have to be circumcised on the 8th day. That's the commandment. But those that would be a part of the nation and would partake in it that are from other nations, they have to get circumcised. That's what the gist was, right? Keep going.
And he that is born in thy house, and he that is bought with thy money, must needs be circumcised. And my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant.
So this is not negotiable. This is what the Most High said. Keep going.
And the uncircumcised man-child, whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He hath broken my covenant.
So this is how serious he takes this 8th day circumcision, right? You cut off from being, and this is what they were talking about in a quote unquote New Testament.
Can you imagine being 30 years old when to join the people and have to be circumcised?
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Being a grown man and you got, man, Jermont, he was 99.
Oh, yeah.
He 99, bruh.
It's just a little snip.
Yeah, he got started off first.
Bro, like, hey, you gotta show us by example. You want us to do it? Hey, go ahead. Hey, let's see if you about it, right? Abraham, like you ain't Abram no more, right? Prove it, right? That's funny. Y'all wild, man. Y'all wild for that. Yeah, we gonna. He said we gonna have to find out. We gonna get this together, huh? That's what he said. We got to get this together. Both of them. Both of them. So back to Joshua or Yahusha, verse 3. And Yahusha, I got it. Actually, Jeremiah. So he says, and Yahusha made him sharp knives and circumcised the children of Israel at the heel of the foreskins. And this is the cause why Yahusha did circumcise all the people that came out of Mitzrayim that were males, even all of the men of war, died in the wilderness by the way after they came out of Mitzrayim. Now all the people that came out were circumcised, but all the people that were born in the wilderness by the way as they came forth out of Mitzrayim, they had not circumcised. So why would Moses be walking these people around in the wilderness for 40 years and then these 20-year-olds and under weren't circumcised?
They were rebelling.
Huh? Well, maybe there was still some rebellion in the bloodline, or maybe it had to be a circumcision under someone greater than Moshe. Because remember, Joshua is the same name of who some people call Jesus in the New Testament, Yahusha, right? It's the same one. So someone greater than Moses had to be the one to do the circumcision, right? So everything in the old points you to Mashiach. There's no getting around it. You just can't. So then, read this slide.
For the children of Israel. For the children of Israel walked 40 years in the wilderness, till all the peoples that were men of war, which came out of Egypt, were consumed, because they obeyed not the voice of the Most High, unto whom the Most High sware. So
no, but stop. We're gonna stop right there.
They didn't obey.
Now, let's eat on this. No, wait a minute. The Most High sends a Mashiach, a son of man of that day, a Moses, to deliver them out of Mitzrayim, out of Egypt, and then he don't allow the men of war to even what? Go into the land. When the destruction comes and happens, you still have got to go through the wilderness and make sure that you're not a rebel, or you will not see the kingdom. That's why obedience is so important to the Most High. I cannot stress that enough, because they thought, man, we made it out of Mystery Babylon, Egypt, whatever you want to call it, America. Oh, we good. Ain't nobody gonna stop us. You see what he did for us in Egypt? But the men of war, they couldn't make it. Nobody over 20 years old, save 2 people, was able to make it to the kingdom. That's crazy. He delivered them out of so many things in their own, because they couldn't get over.
He had to wipe them out.
Huh?
He had to wipe them out.
He had to purge the rebels. He had to get rid of those that would keep them from obeying the voice of the Most High. That's what we're supposed to be doing now. Making sure there's not people keeping us from the Most High. People and things. Because I'm telling you, when the destruction comes and then we are delivered to wherever the Most High is going to take us to, your obedience is what's going to get you into the kingdom. And your obedience is going to be your faith with your works. So all of those elders, their works betrayed them, destroyed them, killed them. They had to die because they represented Moses, and one greater than Moses had to take them to the kingdom. If you will, keep going.
Where was I at?
Just start over from the top.
For the children of Israel walked 40 years in the wilderness, till all the people that were men of war, which came out of Egypt, were consumed, because they obeyed not the voice of the Most High, unto whom the Most High sware that he would not show them the land.
So not only could they not walk in the land, they couldn't even look at it.
Yeah.
Like, y'all realize that? How wicked the Most High had that type of esteem. He had to hold them in wickedness. Like, y'all ain't even gonna see it. Y'all just gonna walk like around like a chicken with your head cut off until y'all die. And you know what, y'all kids that ain't got that root of wickedness in y'all, they gonna see it. And they children, but not you. Right?
Which the Most High swear unto their fathers, that he would give us a land that floweth with milk and honey.
So that's why it's so important to listen to the voice of the Most High, not what man tries to tell you, because man will tell you to rebel. And it'll sound like it's coming from the words of the Most High. But if you are in that scripture where you can read it yourself, and you know, like, man, you sound like a snake. Was you in the garden? You gotta be. Sometimes you gotta be able to call a snake out. Like, wait a minute, your doggone snake trying to get away from me.
They'll tell you a little bit of truth.
Boy,
mix it in.
That's why we in this predicament now. Keep going.
And their children, whom he had raised up in their stead, them Joshua circumcised.
Who?
Joshua.
So, one man circumcised. It said he circumcised them. How many males do you think that is?
A lot.
Everything points you to Mashiach. It wasn't even all the males circumcised. It said he was the one doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
They trusted him.
Yahusha, son of Nun. Right? A greater circumcision than Moses, because that makes you worthy to walk into the kingdom. And to see the kingdom. To be worthy enough to even see it. It's crazy. Keep going.
For they were uncircumcised, because they had not circumcised them by the way. And it came to pass, when they had done circumcising all the people, that they abode in their places in the camp till they were whole.
Of course, because ain't gonna be no moving around for a little bit.
Say
Say what?
About 9, 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna have to get back to you in 5 to 10 business days.
We got to rest.
Yeah, we gonna have to get this together. Hold on, where my walking stick? I'm gonna have to get it together.
And the Most High said unto Joshua, This day have I rolled away the reproach of Egypt from off you. Wherefore the name of the place is called Gilgal unto this day. So the reproach is on his people now. And the children of Israel encamped in Gilgal, and kept the Passover on the 14th day of the month at even in the plains of Jericho.
So you make it out of bondage, out of captivity, out of Egypt, Babylon, whatever you want to call it. And if you can't make it to Gilgal, you can't even make it to Passover. Because Passover was right after that. But you have to make it to Gilgal. And Gilgal is the rolling away of reproach. That's why we keep talking about redeeming your bloodline. And in order for your bloodline to be redeemed, we have to do this first. It has to be an individual thing. And then you do it as a tribe, individual tribe, and then as an overarching tribe in the assembly, right? But you still have to make it to Gilgal first, right? So then you can show your family members how you can make it to Gilgal, right? So you can make it to Passover, because the manna has to cease. It's going to cease, right? How long do they have manna? About 40 years, give or take a day or two. Approximately 40 years. The manna is going to cease, so you got to make it to Gilgal. Again, everyone couldn't pass under the rod to make it to salvation to see Yahusha. Because that second circumcision is what gives you that authority to move into the kingdom. Power over all manner of sicknesses, diseases, infirmities. Oh, that's all right. I didn't know which one was doing that, right? Gilgal. So, did you read verse 10?
No. Oh, yes, I did.
You did. So now we're going to jump to Deuteronomy 30. We're actually almost done. Deuteronomy 30. We're getting ready to talk about some stuff. Verses 1 through 8. And it reads...
And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Most High thy Yah has driven thee. So he knew that we would be in captivity multiple times. Yeah. So he gave us a way out. It's in our code, our DNA, right? Keep going. And shalt return unto the Most High thy Yah, and shalt obey his voice. Now, how do we return to the Most High and obey his voice without looking at the screen? Praying. Getting back to praying. Getting back to what you're supposed to be doing. Shaka. Yeah, Shaka. Worship. Mm-hmm. His truth, right? Okay. Keep going. And shall return unto the Most High thy Yah, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day. So all of the laws, statutes, and commandments. Yes. That's what saves us, not the world. Yeah. The longer we stay out of this thing, the longer they stay in power. Yep. Right? So again, it all comes back to us.
individually and then tribal, right? Keep going.
Thou and thy children with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that then the Most High thy Yah will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations,
Not 1948.
from all the nations, whither the Most High thy Yah hath scattered thee.
So has this happened the last time? Because 1948 don't feel no type of prophecy, right?
Not yet, bro.
No, it hasn't.
Not yet.
Because this is supposed to be one to where we don't even talk about what Moses did anymore. So we know that thing has not happened yet, right? So again, in the law of the Most High, he already laid out the blueprint, your literal script, right, of how you can be saved and how your bloodlines can be redeemed, but who can wait on Yahuwah for one, and who can obey him for two, who can have faith with their works, right, and who can make it to Gilgal, who can make it to that second circumcision, because the manna is going to cease. It's going to stop, right? It's only for a limited time, right? Keep going.
If any of thine be driven out into the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Most High thy Yah gather thee, and from thence will he be fetched.
Because he knew about the Space Force, right? Utmost part of heaven, he knew there was going to be some type of Space Force. Yeah, he knew there was going to be a Space Force. He didn't plan everything out, bro. It's all in there. He knew about a Space Force. Ain't nothing new under the sun. So again, so we have got to be pressing into the kingdom so much more now, because the destruction and the calamities that are coming onto this world to where it's going to make men's hearts fail are picking up. It's increasing at a breakneck pace. Like every day, I'm seeing so much stuff. I'm like,
bro, it's something like this.
Hold on. Before you get to it, yeah, I know we gonna see some of it. We gonna see some of it. But it's so much going on. It's like it'll make your head spin. Yeah. This ain't even half the stuff that I can put in there, right? So, verse 5. Go ahead.
And the Most High thy Elohim will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it. And he will do thee good. And he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers.
Right.
And the Most High thy Elohim will circumcise thy heart and the heart of thy seed.
This is what Yahushua did the second time, right? The ones that are 20 years and older, that were able to make it to Gilgal, were actually able to make it to Jericho, to see the walls of the generational curses fully come down, right? Keep going.
Of thy seed. To love the Most High thy Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live.
Everything.
Mm-hmm. And the Most High thy Elohim will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee.
Now, that's why they don't want us reading this book, the Old Testament.
So we know what's going on.
So no more. You ain't gonna be calling us niggas and every Negroes, whatever else no more. Yeah. That stuff's gonna be on y'all. Yeah. It's gonna be on y'all. It's y'all time. Once we are back to being perfect in the Most High, then our perfection activates the blessings, the dominant genes. The first thing that he pronounced over us in Deuteronomy 28, Leviticus 26, right, are back on us, and the curses are upon our enemies, right? Yeah. So again, it all comes back to us. And now you did read verse 8, right?
Not yet.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Most High, and do all his commandments which I command thee this day.
Right. So everything that's been written, and even what you hear in prayer, or you get a word from somebody that you know is righteous, right? You got to obey it, because we've got to get past this point of just believing and get to the point of knowing with actions, because actions speak louder than words, right? How many years have we been telling the Most High, if you give me A, B, and C, I'm going to do D? And we can't even get the duh out to even do the D. If you just help, we just keep moving the goalposts down the road, even though the time is running out, man. Like, do y'all realize that Trump went to all of those African nations that we actually came from in West Africa, basically getting agreements to get their natural resources to increase in AI, to also start set up prison camps or internment camps over there?
Yeah, they got some even in different countries now.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about where we came from, right?
Like how you get approved by the African customs to go ahead and build prisons over there like that?
Bro, I mean, The enemy is very, very subtle. So do y'all remember the King Alfred plan that we watched a few years ago? Or Arthur Rex or the King Alfred plan? I suggested everybody goes back and rewatches that. Because in it, the plan, it talked about how they were going to round up the Latinos and the black people and put them into internment camps and put them back into slavery. So now they're calling it reintegration or involuntary migration, all this other type stuff. And because that's what they started with the Hispanic people first. But then, what did they do? They did away with DEI, which DEI is not technically for quote unquote us. It's supposed to be for minorities in general. And did you realize that in the last 3 months, over 300,000 quote unquote black women have lost jobs? They were fired. Over 300,000 in the last 3 months. They're setting stuff up and it's subtle. It's so subtle.
It's hard to piece it together what they're doing, but
It's wild because I was reminded of that. I was like, yeah, they did say that they're coming for the black and Hispanic people. And now they're doing it through, it's the border, they're criminals, they're the thugs, they're this, and that. And I'm like, man, if you don't know about Rex 84 or the King Alfred plan, you'll have no idea what's going on.
Right.
Because we thought they were going to do it just like in this outward thing to where everyone knew it, but they're just being more subtle. Oh, they're all immigrants.
yeah, illegals.
Illegals, right?
You said King Alfred plan?
Yeah, we'll watch it later. You can come out of the house, we can watch it. Or I can come over there, we can watch it. Yeah. The King Alfred plan, or Rex 84. Watch it. Remember that, because one Shabbat, we literally got up here, we made food, and we watched it. Because they're very subtle. Everything they doing, and then he had made this statement. He talked about black jobs about a month or two ago. Do y'all remember when Trump was talking about that? Mm-hmm. And he kept referencing that to the farmers. Like all the stuff that the Hispanic population have been doing with that hard labor that we don't do no more. He kept calling those black jobs.
Yeah, we're gonna fill those jobs for them.
You said what?
You heard what she said?
You said that the black jobs are basically for those black citizens that are gonna be in those positions. Like those are for the black.
So Trump currently is working on a plan. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this real quick. Trump, he's working on a plan to where a lot of those Hispanics and our people can come back. They can't gain citizenship. They'll still have to pay taxes. And look up the term farmer's responsibility. Yeah. You know about it.
Yeah. They only come back if they work on the farm. And the farmer is responsible.
They have complete control over them. That's slavery.
They let these white South Africans come in and feed them and house them and grow.
Make sure that mic's on so they can hear it, y'all talking.
Yet they'll let these white South Africans come in and feed them, house them, and clothe them.
So, because those white South Africans are children of Nazis. So they're trying to continue apartheid, white supremacy. They believe in that thing.
It's almost like they're trying to, erase black Africa. They migrated over there
To get away from the war.
centuries ago to establish some white South African so-called bloodlines or whatever. Only years later to bring them back. Oh, well, we got some Africans over here now.
Yeah, why would they bring them here, though?
But they're
Now, my
white.
thing is this. This happens to Africans all the time. So why is it because they happen to a group of white folks, now you want to bring them over and take care of them? The Africans always be different.
Oh, because and they're going to keep bringing them over here because they're about to start having a lot of room. Because there's a certain group of people where you criminals or you bucking against the system. Like I said, they're setting up these prisons over there in Africa so they can take us back. They're just being subtle about it. I'm telling you, it's coming. Like there's so much stuff that they have going on that it'll make your head spin. I'm like, better trust in Yahuwah. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So you read verse 8?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And they did eat of the old corn of the land on the morrow after the Passover, unleavened cakes and parched corn in the selfsame day. And the manna ceased on the morrow after they had eaten of the old corn of the land. Neither had the children of Israel manna anymore, but they did eat of the fruit of the land of Canaan that year.
So all of this stuff happened around the spiritual time of Passover, right? And again, the manna is going to cease because Moses dies so you can actually make it to the kingdom, right? But in order for you to make it into the kingdom, you got to fully shakah to the Most High. You got to be aware of the enemy's devices. You have to take heed to yourselves. You can't fall for none of these tricks. And you got to make sure that your connection, your relationship with the Most High is intact. That he actually has a relationship, a communication with you. You have open communication, right? You can't be on those things to where you're trying to live off the prayers of your parents, grandparents, friends, pastors, anybody. Especially, yeah, you got praying parents, but now you got children. What happens when your parents go? What your children gonna do? What you gonna do? We can't lean on our parents and love them so much to where they become a crutch, and we don't have no relationship with the Most High because He won't let you see the land. You see what I'm saying? It is imperative to get to that place of intimacy with the Most High where you're like, okay, I'm gonna pray, and whatever comes out, comes out. And just help me to walk in your paths. Because he knows it's not easy in the age that we were born in. This has got to be the most wickedest age. Bro, if these people are not stopped, they are going to destroy the world. The stuff that they be trying to do with black holes could literally destroy the fabric of our reality. Like, what they want to do with AI will kill mankind, let alone probably everything on earth, just so they can be in control. Why do you think they keep putting in all these movies, AI just going rogue and this and that? Because more than likely they're putting that in the code. They want that stuff to happen.
Well, it's already happened.
It is already happening.
Yeah.
You say what?
That's what the Terminator
That's what the Terminator was about.
I gotta start watching.
You haven't seen them? Well, watch them.
Those movies is.
I've watched almost all. I think I watched them all.
Yeah, everybody.
But those are the prequel to all the Matrix.
Matrix. Yeah.
Because they were made by the same black woman, and then somebody else took it, and they made it even mainstream.
Made it theirs. Made it theirs.
In the 80s, she went to go, pitch her script to her because she was writing a screen script.
Yeah, because she was a child prodigy. She was a literal genius.
They denied her scripts, but they kept them.
But they kept it. It's like,
Sound about right?
we can't work with this essentially. We're going to use this.
Yeah, oh man, we gonna.
I talked to Jay about that.
That's what y'all was talking about? That was some of the
Yeah,
stuff?
because the people that they let release that film that they're claiming that they wrote this is two brothers
Yeah,
who are now
sisters.
known as two sisters.
They're both girls
They're
now.
both transgender.
I looked it up.
Boy, that's a whole
They
transformation.
went from the Wachowski brothers to the Wachowski sisters.
Yes. They made the Matrix and all that. Yeah.
You can't make that crap up.
I looked it up right there in front of me. He wasn't lying, bro. He wasn't lying, bro.
I didn't know that they went that far for their faith. Look how far they'll go for their faith. And we won't even take a second circumcision. That's crazy. I mean, look, they got the whole thing off. You talking about a few cuts.
Maybe. We don't know how they did it. They got that and all that, but I don't know.
That's crazy.
Like Peyton Jenner.
So what?
Like Peyton Jenner.
Yeah, man. I mean, so the thing about manna happens when you're going through a grace period. And the problem with the children of Israel was they didn't realize that the manna was going to cease. And they didn't really think that the Most High was going to be as hard on them, the elders, like Moses said. 40 years in the wilderness. They don't get to see the kingdom. They don't get to eat of the milk and honey. They don't get to enjoy anything. They just had to walk around suffering in the wilderness. I'm telling you, I don't want to be one of those ones that make it out of here, and then I can't make it to Gilgal, and then next thing you know, you go, because if you don't die, you're going into captivity. They got prisons everywhere. Trump is literally going around setting up prisons in multiple countries around the world. They are literally setting up a police, not state, world now. It's almost like they're uniting all that stuff. I'm like, y'all better pay attention. If the Most High don't come back and figure, handle this is getting bad.
Probably the purpose of the United Nations. And by the Ashkenazis.
You see something called the National Guard in D.C.?
We're going to talk about that. We're almost, as soon as we get through this slide, we're going to go there. Keep going.
And it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho, and he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, Art thou for us, or for our adversaries?
Yeah, what side you on?
Yeah, what side, bro?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Nay, but as captain of the host of the Most High, and I now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship, and said unto him, Who saith our Lord unto his servant?
What saith my master unto my servant?
And the captain of the Lord's host said unto Joshua, Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy.
Because
Joshua did so.
Because remember, when Moses first got started, he had to do the same thing when he was at the burning bush, right? So again, we're just learning about the second circumcision, things we got to work on. Fair use, this is for educational and training purposes. Yeah. So are y'all aware that there's a bunch of countries that are coming against Israel and what they're doing?
That's what they're doing. They're taking over Gaza now. They're killing everybody in Gaza, including reporters.
So there's 28 countries that are calling for Israel to end the war on Gaza.
Yeah.
28. Go ahead, read this. This was on July the 22nd.
On Monday, 28 countries, including the United Kingdom, Japan, and numerous European nations, issued a joint statement calling on Israel that the war on Gaza must end now, marking the latest example of intensifying criticism from Israel's allies. The joint statement, signed by foreign ministers of these countries, condemned the drip feeding of aid and the inhumane killing of civilians, including children, seeking to meet their most basic needs of water and food. The statement comes as the global pressure mounts on Israel over civilian casualties at aid sites, obstruction of humanitarian aid, and violations of international humanitarian law, as the occupied Palestine territory simmers with starvation.
So there is no debate that they have broken international law.
Yeah. With impunity.
Yeah, with impunity, right? Okay, keep going.
Israel's war on Gaza has killed more than 59,000 people and wounded 140,000 people since the October 7, 2023 attacks by Hamas.
Now, is that not overkill?
Well, it's been over dead, yeah, it's crazy. In which 1,139 people were killed and more than 200 were taken captive. So, what does the joint statement
So
say?
we're not even going to read that part.
Okay.
So there's these 28 nations, and you know that I think last week they talked about how they were planning to completely take over Gaza, Israel, right?
Yeah.
This happened today or yesterday? Today.
I know like 71 people got killed.
Israel intensifies bombing on Gaza, killing 89 more Palestinians in 24 hours.
When I said it was 71.
So, like, there's world... I don't know why people keep calling me. So, the world war and the stage that they're setting for it is picking up. BRICS is still outperforming any American economic, like anything.
Even with all the terrorists going on.
Why do you think he's doing the terrorists? He's trying to pressure them into capitulating, and that's why it's crazy. So you're trying to tariff Russia, who's a part of BRICS, China, that's a part of BRICS, India, that's a part of BRICS. Now, India and China are the two largest by population. If we went to war with either one of them, we could not win that by personnel alone. We couldn't. They both have over 1 billion people. Their militaries are bigger than ours. And according to what I found out here recently, another reason why America and Trump has been going to all these African nations is because of in order for them to keep AI going, it takes so much natural resources, and we just don't have it here. So they're trying to go to Africa because
Russia got the most.
Right, and because we can't get it from China anymore. But
We could beat India.
you think we can be India anymore? You know we don't have enough natural resources to create fighter jets anymore. We're scrambling right now. So according to what I watched either a couple of days ago or yesterday, it takes like 300 to 600 pounds of natural rare earth metals or rare earth materials in each fighter jet, and we don't have it. We don't have the capacity to make any more fighter jets right now. Yeah, we just gave everything away. America is being set up for a fall. I'm telling you.
There's an element in Africa. There's an ore that generates its own electricity.
I'm not surprised because that's where all this stuff starts. Everything, all roads lead back to Africa, right? So all this stuff is happening now. Are y'all aware of what's going on in Milwaukee?
It was a ship, wasn't it?
No. So no one's aware? Okay.
Nothing about the target.
Hold on.
It was a target, shooting a target.
Hold on.
It's flooding all over in China and all over the country, different in the world.
When that flood in China, they said, that water came just,
Yeah.
it rose.
Well, it says we're connected. Why is it not?
Yeah.
They said it didn't rush.
We are connected.
It was from the dam.
They said it just came and rose up.
It kept raining.
That's strange. So this thing's been acting funny, but hold on. Let me check one thing. This thing is supposed to be on.
Eastern countries that flood in like Asian countries. Even Taiwan is screaming they got a cyclone coming in right
There it
now.
is. I don't know why it made me redo that. That's weird. All right, we're gonna go back to this. YouTubing. So this is what's going on in Wisconsin. That's Milwaukee.
Most floods in American history.
The
Mega flood situation continues here in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, just to the northwest of Milwaukee. We have double-digit rainfall totals here on the northwest side. Rainfall continues to come in a couple of different rounds of heavy rainfall, 2 to 4 inches per hour. And you can see debris standing up on the bridge here in town. Also, structures being flooded. You can see this structure come off here on the bridge. Overlooking this raging river here, there's double-digit rainfall totals. Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, big-time flooding. We have major flooding in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, from double-digit rainfall totals to the northwest side of Milwaukee. You can see debris, all kinds of debris being stacked up against the bridge here, right on the railroad tracks. We have railroad personnel here monitoring the flood. It looks like a
Now, I do tend to believe with you, they are probably exploding some of the dams to kind of accentuate it a little bit. But that is what's going on in Milwaukee right now. Are y'all aware about what's going on in the Grand Canyon?
No, man, talk about the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
And we begin with a growing wildfire burning along the Grand Canyon's north rim. The Dragon Bravo fire is now the largest wildfire in the U.S. mainland.
Largest? It's a mega fire.
Weather today as they work through bone-dry conditions, heavy winds, and extreme heat, trying to get the fire under control. The fire is just 11% contained. The fire was sparked by lightning on July 4th and has now scorched nearly 180 square miles of land. That's about 3 times the size of Washington, D.C. Experts say the fire is intensifying enough to create its own weather, in fact. This time-lapse video shows a fire cloud forming in the sky, which tend to form over raging wildfires and volcanic eruptions. Joining us right now to discuss is Lisa Jennings, a firefighter and fire information officer with the Southwestern Incident Management Team, and she's also joined by her interpreter. Lisa, great to see you. So you're bracing for more critical fire weather today after a more humid day on Friday. What is the latest there?
Yesterday, we had a great window of opportunity, and it was really the first good weather day we've had in almost 2 weeks. We keep saying even a good weather day on this fire would be a bad weather day on any other fire. But what it did is it allowed our firefighters to essentially go on the offense, get close in on the fire, and try to increase containment on this fire that's been incredibly hard to contain.
I'm just showing y'all this just so y'all can see there's madness going on everywhere, right? There's more. Hold on. I believe. Now, we all know Trump took over D.C. I'm not even going to show that video. We don't need to see that. He took over D.C. acting like a dictator.
So,
I mean,
I ain't even watching what's going on in D.C. What happened? Like, is there protests going on or something, or what?
allegedly it's because of crime. Is why he's taking over D.C. So he's activated the National Guard because of crime.
What was up with the Democrats from Texas leaving
It had something to do with some type of vote that they were protesting. But we live in unprecedented times. Like I said, I'm not even going to show that. Do y'all remember what we talked about Yellowstone? From the lesson called The Rings of Fire?
Yeah, the Rings of Fire, yeah.
Okay. All right. Y'all ready? Okay.
It appears the earth won't stop trembling as we have been seeing the Pacific shaking over and over ever since we saw that 8.8 magnitude earthquake strike off the coast of Russia about 2 weeks ago. We've been seeing major earthquakes taking place all around the world, and particularly warnings coming for the Pacific Ring of Fire. Now, take a look at the latest headlines. Since I just reported to you a major 7.0 that hit yesterday, look at the headlines that have come out in just the last 24 hours. A strong magnitude 5.8 earthquake now hits the North Pacific Ocean. This is over in Mexico, Sunday, August the 10th. Here's another one. They changed it to a 5.7. This is the same one, but take a look at this. Another one, a different one. It's Mexico. 5.65 quake hits off of the Mexico coast. No damage reported, luckily. But take a look. Here's another one. Earthquake of magnitude 5.65 strikes. And take a look, all these headlines, because earthquake after earthquake, Mexico, Mexico, Mexico. And also, I reported to you, take a look at this, Guatemala, over and over and over and over. We are seeing earthquakes nonstop hitting these areas, and you can see earthquakes hitting Los Angeles as well. And take a look, strong earthquakes strike off the coast of Mexico, and look at all the earthquakes that have been taking place. And like I said, these are updates that have been coming out in the last 24 hours. Non-stop earthquakes have been rocking all throughout the Pacific. We've been hearing the warnings of the Pacific Ring of Fire lighting up, and this is coming, as I mentioned. After about 2 weeks ago, we saw that major 8.8 earthquake hit off the coast of Russia. Now there have been non-stop major quakes. Like I said, these just updates coming out in the last 24 hours, but as you'll recall, yesterday, I let you know about that major earthquake that hit over in Turkey. You can see here a 6.1, August 10th. Here is another one, 5.9, August 9th. This one over here for Guam. Also, we had one in Guatemala, 5.9, August 9th. All of these just recently. And this comes as we've also seen Russia quaking over and over and over. And we have seen a parade of volcanoes that are erupting. Started in Russia following that 8.8 earthquake, but now we're seeing that all over, and the warnings are coming, as I mentioned to you yesterday. This coming out about 5 days ago. The Ring of Fire shocks raise West Coast fears as we are seeing volcanoes erupting, earthquakes shaking, warning of tectonic plates moving, and we've also had several tsunami warnings as a result of some of these major earthquakes. And again, that 8.8 magnitude earthquake that struck off of Russia, they're saying it tied for the 6th largest earthquake on record. So the earth just will not stop shaking at this time. Man, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, are these natural disasters that are just
Huh? So, I mean, what are the chances that it starts in Russia and then it's reverberating in the rings of fire in Mexico and in the Americas? Sometimes art really does imitate life, because that's what's going to happen. Russia's going to be one of the nations that's going to destroy this place. Again, so all this stuff's going on. The rings of fire have been activated. There's volcanoes, there's earthquakes, there's all this stuff going on. So it's imperative. Also, if you don't know about the rings of fire kill zone, make sure you look up to see where it's at. We're on, I think we're in level 2. So more than likely, we'd probably have to drive a little bit southwest if it was to go off, and we'd make it pretty easily, to be honest, as long as we're not hit with a nuke or something like that in our region or area. But if the rings of fire go off, the whole West Coast is gone. Like, it's not even debatable. They claim 2/3 of life here in America would be gone for Dunsky if that happens. So, and all of this stuff is happening. And like, I was just like, man, some of the scriptures, like, they talk about how the earth is like groaning for the manifestations of the sons of Elohim. So it's imperative that we get conformed into the image of Mashiach so that we can be partakers in the fellowship of the Son. We kind of talked about this briefly. It's a man's covenant, so we got to do our part so that us and our tribes can make it into the kingdom. Right? But that's all I got for today. Kept this one short and light. June, you mind praying us out?
Yeah, thank you for bringing us together today. Thank you for giving us the gift of life and allowing us to wake up this morning over here. We ask for forgiveness for our generations that has transgressed against your law 3 or 4 generations back, Abba. And we thank you for the word that we received today. Allow us and give us the hunger to continue to rehash over this and rewatch it and just meditate in this and in scripture, Abba. And continue to give us the hunger to continue to seek you out, Abba. And I pray that you be with us as we depart our ways and go to where it is that we need to go, Abba, and keep us safe. And as we strengthen our faith, Abba, and belief in you, we ask that you keep and continue to awaken our brothers and sisters into this truth, and that they be set on a path, if not towards us, then someone who is keeping your commandments and knowing and teaching the right path of this truth. Shalom.
Shalom. So we are Yehuda. This is YAH'S Assembly. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, like and share our content. And as always, until next time, Shalom, tribe.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.